Comes to the worst customer service in America, the airlines are high on the list, and it's because of incidents, that is, like this. A few days ago, an American Airlines flight from Dallas to Oklahoma City, a flight that normally takes 15 minutes, took over 10 hours. With us now, one of the passengers on that plane, Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, thanks for coming on the show. What happened? What were you doing? Where were you going?
I was traveling back from a business trip in Pennsylvania, so I was on the last leg of my trip from Dallas to Oklahoma City.
And so what did they tell you was going on? They kept you on the tarmac for a while. They allowed you to get off, but this was hours and hours. What were they telling you during this time?
Well, the pilot was trying to communicate everything that he could. At one point, there was over 100 planes out on the tarmac, some trying to de-ice, some trying to get to a gate. He just said there was no place for us to go. So even when we were ready to push off, there was just no room for us to even get out and to take off.
Now, you took some video while you were there of the inside of the plane, and 9 hours for a 15-minute flight. Did it ever strike you that maybe it would have been a better idea to drive?
Absolutely. I thought many times about getting out and renting a car, but I didn't really want to forfeit the money for the flight. But it was definitely a thought, especially after that 8th, 9th hour.
So you see people here who are just talking to each other. Some folks are standing up. It's such a frustrating situation. I'm sure you were frustrated. Here's the rule, though, from the government about these delays. They say the new rule prohibits a U.S. airlines operating domestic flights from permitting an aircraft to remain on the tarmac for more than 3 hours without deplaning passengers. Did they manage just to skirt this rule a little bit by allowing you guys off for a while? And if so, why didn't you get off?
Well, I actually was able to get off for 5 or 10 minutes and grab food right across from the gate. I think, yeah, they were able to skirt this rule. I think the second time we came back in, we were on the tarmac for about 2.5 hours, but the first 3 to 4 hours we actually spent at the gate, so that's how they were able to kind of circumvent that, the 3-hour rule.
How frustrated were people on the plane?
They were getting very frustrated. Tempers were really getting high. There was a lot of swearing, actually, and a lot of visible frustration. Adults were kicking the back of other seats. It was really something to see. Here's
what American Airlines says for its part. Flight 382 from Dallas-Fort Worth to Oklahoma City on Friday was delayed because of extreme winter weather impacting North Texas. The plane was parked at the gate for most of the delay, and customers were free to exit the aircraft. Friday was a challenging day at DFW, and we apologize for the experience. The safety of our passengers and employees is always our top priority. You said that the pilot was a nice guy and seemed to really be communicating with folks. But what about the FAA? What was going on at that airport that they completely forgot you guys for about 9 hours?
Yeah, the pilot was very good at communicating everything that he had heard, but after about that 3rd hour, he came on and said, they stopped talking to me. Air traffic control had told him, we'll get to you when we get to you. So even the pilot wasn't getting any updates, and we were really just forgotten about as we sat there at the gate.
Before you go, do you think they should change these rules, make them tougher?
Absolutely. I don't think that the clarification between gate and tarmac should be any difference. We were on the plane for 9 hours. Doesn't matter where we're at. So.
$275,000. That's what they're supposed to pay for every passenger that's stuck. They're not doing it this time. Brandon, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you.